It's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one. Got a question for RLA? It's time to get some answers, baby.
Let's look at this crazy stuff.
It's time to get down. You gonna feel good
Time to get real, and welcome everyone. Welcome to Reality Spirituality. I'm your host, Global Happiness Specialist. That's right, I said it. Global Happiness Specialist, Inner Peace Practitioner. I'm going to throw in Oracle, but most importantly, a student, ongoing student, always learning. There's always something to do. There's always something to practice. It is never ending. Never bored, always just aware. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is what I've been doing for 45 plus years. What have you been doing? Looking for happiness? Wow, what a waste of your time. Oh, happiness. It's a delusion. Listen, I've been called delusional, I've been called toxic, I've been called selfish. I've been told that I've contributed zero to the planet. That's right. You heard me. Zero to the planet. I've been told that what I've accomplished can't be measured. Therefore, I've accomplished nothing. Wow. However, I still truck on. And, I've been teaching these classes, The Truth About Happiness. I taught the classes in California, Oregon, and now I'm in Vegas. So I'm going into my 6th semester. It's called The Truth About Happiness. And these students, they're how do I say this? They're old, like me, 69. Did I say I was 69? Don't tell anybody. 60. So they're in their 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, still searching for this thing called happiness. But the good news is, my dear audience, the good news is happiness is a practice skill. When I say happiness, I'm not talking about something happens and now I'm happy. When I say happiness, I'm talking about a personal vibration of contentment. A personal vibration of contentment, a personal energy vibration of peace, a personal energy vibration of, I'm satisfied in this moment. I'm okay with the present moment. I'm surrendering to the present moment. Yeah, the present moment is where it's at. I don't want anything different. When I say happiness, I'm talking about a vibration, an energy of contentment. That's it. So to all my haters, to all my naysayers and haters, what's up? No, and one of the things that I had to learn, I was interviewed this week, and the woman that was interviewing me said that, yeah, everybody wants to be happy. And I had to quickly correct her because I used to believe that too. I used to believe that, yeah, everybody wants to be happy. Of course, that's our birthright. Why not? And the truth of the matter is what I've learned, and always learning. This dimension, this earth experience, this human experience, always learning something. Always. It's never ending. And what I found, not what I found, I've shared this before, but I'm going to share it again. I have a lot of new listeners, and welcome. And if you're listening to me on Noom Vibe, you're welcome to ask to join the stage. And I'm also live on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Rebecca Norrington. Oh, this is what she looks like. Oh my God. Wow, she's crazier than she sounds. Oh no. Uh-oh. She looks crazier than she sounds. Back to my point. Well, I was watching a movie. It was really a bad movie. And I've shared this before, but I'm going to share it again. I was watching a really bad movie with Nicolas Cage. He's one of my favorite actors. And let's see. Yeah, he's just one of my favorite actors. And so he was in this movie, Con Air. Oh, it was a horrible movie. And while I was watching the movie, I was asking the universe, why am I watching this? What's the point? And so of course I got to the lesson, which was Nicholas Cage. They were in an airplane, and Nicholas Cage was asking another prisoner about this one man who, I mean, he was the worst of the worst, the murderer, the rapist, the he was the all of it. He was a horrible guy. And Nicholas, where is my note? And Nicholas Cage asked this gentleman about him. He says, "Why, what's wrong with him? Why is he so?" Oh, where's my notes? And I quote it. I wrote the quote down. I did. I wrote it down. It was so profound, and now I can't even remember it. Not that I can't remember it. I can't find it. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Oh, come on. It's so good too. Hold on. Of course, I'll find it as soon as the show's over. And I usually have it right here in my go-to notes. Hold on a second. Hold on, dear audience. It was, let me just paraphrase since I don't have it verbatim. Come on, where is it? Where is it? Anyway, so Nicolas Cage asked this. Oh, I found it. Oh my goodness. So Nicolas Cage asked this other prisoner. He says, "Why is this guy so? What's wrong with him? What is the root? What's going on? What is this foundation made of?" And the prisoner said, "He's so filled with anger that moments of levity actually cause him pain, give him headaches. Happiness for that gentleman hurts." Yeah, I wrote that down. It was really profound because I used to believe that, yeah, everybody wants to be happy. Why not? But the truth is, no. And not that they don't want to be, it's just not part of their journey. It's not part of their destiny. I mean, the universe wants to experience all different types of activities here, believe it or not. And even the ones I can't wrap my head around, but the universe wants to experience all of it. At least that's what I believe. And back to just a quick introduction before I get into this fascinating real life story. What happened to me? When was that? Wednesday. Wednesday. The other thing I like to share at the beginning of the show is, and you can Google it. It's called the 5 most common regrets of the dying. And so these are people it was done by a hospice nurse. Her name is Bronnie Ware. Oh, nope. I can't turn on the theme song yet. Hold on, Mr. Producer. By the way, I am Mr. Producer. I'm Mr. Producer, Mr. Director, all of it. Anyway, this study was done by a hospice nurse, Bronnie Ware, and she asked her patients who had days, weeks, months to live, what are your 5 biggest regrets? And these regrets kept coming, and these answers kept coming back, the same answers, these 5 answers, the same answers kept coming back over and over and over. So she wrote a book about it. And the first most common regret of the dying is, I wish I would have pursued my dreams and aspirations and not the life others expected of me. Number 2, I wish I didn't work so hard. Number 3, I wish I had the courage to express my feelings and speak my mind. Number 4, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. And I always, after this one, I say, we're with people when it's time, and when they're not in our lives, scratch that. When they're not in my life, they're not supposed to be in my life. I have someone in my life that's grandfathered in. grandfathered in. I scratch that. Rebecca has just tried to make this relationship not work more peaceful. And because Rebecca knows it, I mean, with all this study, with all this practice for 45 years of practicing, I know how to keep a relationship peaceful. Oh, definitely. And I'm the one responsible for all peace in the relationship. I mean, I'm going to put it all on my shoulders. I know that if I'm in a relationship and there's drama, guess what? Oh, I hate to say this, but it's the truth. It's always my fault. It's never on anyone else. It's my fault. I'm the one with all the tools. I'm the one that has been practiced. I'm the one that is going to take all the blame if there is any drama in my relationship. I'm not talking to you. That's why I don't say the word we. If in my relationship, if there is any drama, it is because of me. I'm that powerful. And if I'm that powerful, guess what? You're that powerful too. I'm just putting you on notice. Yeah, it's all my fault. That's right. Even with the narcissist, because I know people just love to hate on narcissists. And what I say is there's a narcissist has a partner, and the partner's name is victim. So I'm getting way off into the weeds on this one. And the partner's name is victim. So water rises to its own level. In other words, there's no judgment about a narcissist or a victim. It's just, can we start looking in the mirror? And in fact, when I teach the classes, The Truth About Happiness, on the first day, I give every student a gift, and it's an actual package. And I say, in this package is the answer to all of your problems, to all of your challenges for the rest of your life. Can anybody guess what that is inside the package? Can anyone guess? I'll wait. Boop, ba-doop, boop, ba-doop. It's a mirror. That's right. It's a mirror. And so the to say all that, I wish I would have stayed in touch with my friends. People are in our lives for a reason. Scratch that. People are in my life for a reason. And when they're in my life, they are supposed to be, and there's lessons to be learned. There are opportunities for growth and expanding my consciousness, all of that. It's a gift. I don't care who they are or how they're acting. Okay, back to number 5. The 5th most common regret of the dying is, I wish I would have let myself be happier. And that's it. I wish I would have let myself be happier. Again, if you're listening on Noon Vibe, ask to join the show. But I'm going to hit everyone up with this. I have never experienced this to this degree. I follow my intuition all the time. I follow inspiration. I mean, I've been known to say, well, I'm going to go shopping. I'm going to go to Costco. I've been known to drive to Costco, look around, and then drive out. And I attribute it all to intuition, following my intuition, following inspiration. Well, guess what happened? Guess what happened on Wednesday? Backing up just a little bit. I am a brand ambassador to this app. It's called the OWL app, spelled OWWLL. And it is an app that has sponsors the show. And it's also an app that I've been on since the very beginning, since the beta stages. And it is what it does is connects people with a variety of different expertise, from spirituality. Hey, Peter Carrington, and hi, Jay. Hey. And so this app connects. I just see people and yay. So this app connects experts through all over the country. And when you download the app, it's a free download. And if not to sell anything, because it's a free download. And if you download it and use the code RLN, my initials RLN, you get $10 to you get $10 to make calls. So all of these different, there's different experts from finance to real estate to the entertainment business, of course, influencers, AI specialists, spiritual people, life coaches. What else? What else? I mean, it's just a variety. Just a variety of people on this app. And like I said, I've been on it for 3 years, and again, a brand ambassador. However, so not every, but this weekend, right now, ongoing is a Podfest in Orlando, Florida. Now I'm in Nevada, and the last 2 years, I went to Podfest to assist the CEO of this app, the OWL app, to just help him out. He's a great guy. He's so generous. He's beyond. I mean, you don't meet a lot of people on this planet that are just so giving and heart, and with big heart, and would do, just beyond. Actually, he's too nice, but meaning that a lot of people take advantage, and that's neither here nor there. But he's a really nice guy, and when I meet somebody of that like that, with that energy, I try to scratch that. I try to give back and practice back. So for the last 2 years, on my own dime, I've flown back to Orlando to help him with Podfest. And even last year I was at Podfest, which was the 10-year anniversary, just to go assist at the booth, to do whatever I can do to help him out. And so this year, same thing. Now, just a little bit of background. 2 years ago, I went to Orlando for the first time, Florida for the first time. And because I was going to Florida, I always wanted to see the Everglades. So I went on a tour on the Everglades, which was fascinating. It was great. Boat, skidding the top of the water, alligators, it was really fun. But now here we go. The thing about Orlando, the thing about Florida. Oh, the thing about Florida. Oh, my hair. That's right. I said it. My hair it responds to different types of humidities. And in Orlando, Florida is the worst place and I've been around. I've been around, is one of the worst places. My hair crinkles up as soon as I get off the plane. It crinkles like a scouring pad. And I know this sounds crazy to talk about hair, but here we go. It crinkles up like a scouring pad, and I am a walking, talking bird's nest. And Rebecca doesn't like, I just, no, thank you. So I've never had, I know, whatever, call it vain, whatever, but my hair is my brand. Anyway, so I wasn't really a fan of going to Orlando. Last year I went to Podfest again, walking, talking. And if you see any of my profile pictures, I mean, I've got this huge fro. It's so big. And in drier climates, it's a little bit smoother. So that's a story that I don't even know why I'm sharing, but maybe it'll make you smile, or laugh, or giggle, or relate. But I really wasn't looking forward to going back to Orlando. It's a 5-hour plane trip from Nevada to Orlando, and plus the hair. I was thinking, let's see, do I wear a cap? Do I wear a base? What do I put a scarf on? Do I wear a wig? What do I do? Anyway, that's just Rebecca being Rebecca. Okay, so to the point. I scheduled the trip. And this was a month in advance, maybe a month and a half, in December. Scheduled my trip. It was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I was supposed to fly back today. Yes, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, flying back on Sunday. So 4 days, flying back on Friday. purchased the airline tickets, purchased the hotel. I was staying at the hotel where they were holding Podfest. I mean, there's a lot of quote unquote influential people that attend Podfest, and I'm using air quotes, and I'm talking about influential in the program world. Sorry, and I even got one of my favorite uh, black jackets. It's a light jacket. I even got the owl emblem screen printed on one of my light black jackets. So I have the owl emblem on a sweatshirt, but I wanted it on something lighter, something with a zipper. I had that screen printed on my black. I should have brought it here. I should have brought it. Now, if you're watching, by the way, on Noon Vibe, you can always ask to join the show. And if you're watching, I'm live on YouTube on my YouTube channel, Rebecca Norrington. I should have brought it in here. Where is it? Is it close? No, I can't stop the show for that. I'll show it next week. I, of course, washed the hair, rolled the hair, nails done, boarding pass. It was the day of. I was supposed to leave Wednesday. Wednesday, the plane left at 1:45 in the afternoon. It, packed. Everything was packed. When you pack the supplements, the other medications. What else? Toothpaste. I don't wear makeup. The lipstick, the hair products, everything was packed. I was packed. I even printed out my boarding pass. That's right, because I do it old fashioned. I don't do it on my phone. I actually have a printed boarding pass. Everything was packed. 2 hours, and I decided I wasn't going to use an Uber. Usually I take an Uber to the airport. I said, no, I'll drive, and I'll just park the car in the long-term parking. Got gas 2 hours before I was supposed to take off. I was all cleaned up too. I do the extra cuticles and all not extra cuticles, but push your cuticles back, put some nice nail polish on, all of that. 2 hours before the plane was supposed to take off, I got this feeling, and it wasn't a feeling of dread. It wasn't a feeling of, oh, something's going to happen. It was just, you don't want to go to Florida. Why are you going to Florida? And when I say you don't want to go to Florida, it was a conversation in my head, but there's a higher explanation. The universe didn't want me to go to Florida. The universe wanted me to experience packing, purchasing a ticket to Podfest, uh, screen printing on my little jacket, getting all the universe wanted to experience all of that, printing out the boarding pass just for 2 hours before I was supposed to get in the car and go to the airport. And the universe said, nope, we're not going, and neither are you. We're not going, and neither are you. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, I have someone. Yes, guest waiting. Here we go. Welcome. 3, 2, 1. Bam. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
What do you want to say?
How are you? How are you?
Hello.
Yep. Oh, leave.
Oh. Well, that was interesting. And that's what happens is reality. They don't call it reality spirituality for nothing. So now I know that. Anyway, I don't even remember where I was, but back to the story. So my question to you, my dear audience, is are you, do you listen, scratch that, practice listening to your intuition to that degree? And it had nothing to do with oh, and here we go. I can attach 5 different reasons. I can attach 5 different reasons and give 5 different stories at least of why I didn't want to go or why I didn't go. But the truth is that the universe had a different plan. And the universe, again, wanted Rebecca to experience all of the planning. And I don't know about you, but for me, if I'm going out of town, I have to have a list of what I'm taking with me. The laptop, the phone chargers, the laptop chargers. I mean, it's a huge scene, man. And I just 2 hours, I said, no, I'm not going. And it felt really odd for a second because I said, now what? Now what do I do? Well, of course, I go online and the first one I made a phone call to the hotel and I said, can I get a refund? And of course, I couldn't get a refund within for all of the days that I was staying there, but because I had to pay for one night, and then I couldn't get a refund for the Podfest ticket itself. So it was probably a little over $300 that I was to charge for everything without, in other words, the Podfest ticket and the one night stay at the hotel, a little bit over $300. Whatever. The money isn't even the topic. Now my ego can make it a topic, but it's not a topic. So, and then I contacted Southwest. I didn't even contact it. I just went online, canceled the flight. So now I have credit on Southwest. And guess what? Part 2. So now what happens? Now Rebecca has to come up with when I say come up with, I can't just not show up. I mean, I was scheduled to show up. I was even supposed to be co-hosting on the live broadcast. Of course, they scheduled me on Thursday night at 5 o'clock in the evening. So, but later, oh, you know what else I was supposed to do? I was going to, for the first time, I was going to challenge myself and do 3 minutes of open mic. Yeah, I didn't have the whole bit planned. I had the beginning and I had the ending, but I was going to do an open mic. Yeah, stand on stage and see if I can make some strangers laugh. Kind of like what I do here on the show, but a little different. Yeah, I was going to do that too. Everything, I didn't go. And so so now, but I do have to come up with a reason why, because people need a reason. I can't say to everybody. Now I can say this to certain people, but to everybody, and that's another thing, my dear audience, is know your audience. Know what you can say, know what language, know what type of, when I say language, some people can understand what I'm saying on a deeper level. No judgments here, but some people can't. And so the event, I have to have a reason. People need reason. Program people need reasons. I couldn't just say, oh, my intuition it just kicked in and I'm not going. So I had two choices that I gave, which I said, okay, I could say it's personal, or I could just say it was family. And I just said it's family. I'm having a family challenge, and yeah, I'm the family. So, and I gave that as the reason why I'm not going. And 99%, especially something like this, if I commit and make a commitment and say that I'm going to go. This was the first time in my life where the universe said, nope, you're not going. So how you like them apples? And that's my story. That's my story about the what really happened. And I'm not even going to attach a story as to why the universe didn't want me to go, or anything. I just didn't go. The universe wanted to experience something else over this weekend. Period. Okay, getting to the next topic today. This topic, and I would love if you would uh, want to participate. This topic is ongoing challenges. What are some of your ongoing challenges? And when I say ongoing challenges, I'm not talking about, the world or someone else or what's going on in politics or your team lost yesterday. Why those poor Lions, that Jared Goff, five interceptions. I can't imagine what people that I'm not even going to pretend that I know him, but the people with that are going in that degree of professionalism as a professional athlete, and to play and not to play a really good game that can take you to the next level and next level. They were supposed to go to the Super Bowl this year, the Lions. Anyway, I'm really off the path now, but five interceptions. And so how do you get over? How do you get over some of your challenges, or what do you practice, and what are some of your ongoing challenges? I will share with you my ongoing challenges. Why? Only because I'm an open book, to the most part, an open book. Okay, here we go. And I have to say that this title of happiness specialist and sharing with the world. Oh, by the way, I'm holding this up. My latest book, Program for Unhappiness, Exposing the Untold Truth. It's on Amazon. And in this book, I list 56 program behaviors that subtract from a person's happiness. And I also list in this book 26 behaviors to practice that are going to add to your happiness. And again, when I say happiness, I'm talking about a personal energy of contentment. And the good news is, like anything else, when you get to a point of, I'm not going to say mastery because I haven't mastered anything, but it's a practice. Happiness is a practice skill. Contentment, maintaining a vibration of contentment, is a practice skill. And the practice, just revert back to who you were when you were popped out of the womb. Always living in the moment, feeling connected to everyone and everything. Not there was no programming in the beginning. I mean, when I'm talking about a newborn, there's no programming. And in fact, one of the lessons, this is just a lesson that is shared in the Bible. I'm just talking about the Bible as lessons. So it's talking about being like a child. Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? Calling him as a child. So my interpretation is going back to before the ego took over, and before the ego had all of these stories, and attaching a story as to why, and attaching a story to an emotion, and attaching a story to a feeling. How about you're just human and you're just feeling? There is no story. And in fact, who is authoring those stories? But back to my challenges. One of the challenges that Rebecca as a person, and I purposely distinguish the two, because when I'm relying on or focusing on or identifying with Rebecca, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before there is something that Rebecca's going to find that is not to her liking. Hold on a second. I'm looking for my notes. Of course, I have more notes for today. Oh, there. You know what's funny? I have them in my hand. I just didn't look. I have them in my hand. I just didn't look at page 4. Okay. So the having a preference. Rebecca has a variety of preferences. And I have to say, after 45 years of this practice, that the preferences that this human Rebecca has are softening. I like to use the word softening, not eliminating, not eliminating, softening. So it's and when I say softening, it's just that the resisting is not so strong anymore. It's a softer resistance. It's a lighter resistance. It's a cloud-like resistance. So that's one of my ongoing challenges, is having preferences. And that includes preferences of others, of how others react, respond. I mean, Rebecca can get into she can get into a tizzy if Lord, this is terrible. If when you call customer service, Rebecca has this whole ongoing relationship with customer service, and inevitably, after you're on the phone with customer service, now these people have a script to read, and the last thing before I hang up, the last program. The last thing that's on that script, the last thing is there anything else I can help you with? Oh, that drives Rebecca crazy. I mean, if I'm on the phone on customer service for 20 minutes, 25 minutes with one specific topic, just one topic, I don't call in for 5 different topics, one topic. It's like going to I'm just going to throw this out. It's like going to Taco Bell and ordering everything that you want, even though I don't go to Taco Bell anymore. I'm on this new kick, this new eating cleaner, intermittent fasting. That's what I'm doing now. And clean, meaning meat, protein, vegetables. Okay, really digress. Anyway, let's go back to Taco Bell, because that is my comfort food, or was my comfort food. It's like going to Taco Bell and ordering my Mexican pizza, soft tacos, burrito supreme, all fresca styles. I don't eat dairy. Ordering all of that, having it wrapped up. It's in a bag, ready for me to take. And the person behind the counter says, "Is there anything else you want to order?" Jesus. And isn't it interesting how each one of us has our specific just quirks, and that these program customer service, is there anything else they can help me with? And if Rebecca is having it on low fuel, woo! And see, that's the other thing. Know that the ego responds with discontent all the time, not just sometimes. That's how you know it's the ego. All the time, filled with discontentment. Okay, here we go. Another ongoing challenge is my own programming. Listen, I ain't saying I'm better than anybody, and this is what I say, we're all avocados. And some of us it's time. Some of us are ripe, but we're all avocados. But my own program behaviors, I know that I am acting out a program. When I say acting out, because the ego doesn't have a voice, the ego doesn't have can't behave by itself. It needs Rebecca to, yeah, I'll give you a voice. Yeah, I'll give you a behavior. I'll give you a irritation. Yeah, I'll do that. So the ego is nothing without Rebecca. And don't and I'm not. Rebecca is not the ego. The ego is separate. Separate. Okay, so back to my own programming. And I had an and it's not an incident, but I had an experience with my own programming. Was it this week? It had to have been this week because I usually share everything week to week. It had to be this. Oh, it was this week. It was on Monday. I purchased a MacBook from this really, really good. It's a refurbished place in town, and really, really good, great reviews. I've gotten my MacBook from there. I've gotten my latest phone from this place. But when I purchased the MacBook, this was maybe, I don't know, 5 months ago, 6 months ago. It was last year. And I wasn't given a MacBook charging cable. I was given they must not have had one. I was given some makeshift. Now I was still able to charge the MacBook, but it wasn't the original cord fit for, for a specific for a MacBook. And I didn't even know it because I'm tech challenge. I mean, just clueless. I'm up here trusting like a mother when it comes to any kind of technology. And then maybe a couple months later, I took it back because the cord, it wasn't charging the MacBook. I took it back, and sure enough, the gentleman behind the counter, oh, you don't even have the original cord to go with that. No wonder it's not charging. Okay, so now I go, and this is 30 minutes away from where I live. It's not around the corner. just adding to the story. The second trip, fine. I get a MacBook that is supposed to go with MacBook. They're the Apple cords are supposed to go with each. What anyway, you know what I'm saying. It's supposed to go with each item. There's a word there that I just can't come up with. Guess what? That stopped working too. That stopped charging. My MacBook stopped charging 2 weeks ago. Now I've got to go all the way back. I don't have to, but I go all the way back. And now Rebecca is, why didn't I get the right cord in the first place? You know how the ego just comes up with all these stories and all these justifications for this frustration, emotion coming out, for this frustrating emotion. And I'm getting to this instant programming reaction in just a second. And so when I got to the store, Rebecca just, why am I coming back for the third time? And then I was talking to one of the sales technicians. But I wanted to talk to the manager. Now the manager was outside talking to someone else, and Rebecca had to talk to a manager about this. I don't want to use anything. I want it brand new. I want the cord to be new. I want the charger to be new. And finally, when Rebecca did get a chance, you see how I separate them? I'm telling you, it's a game changer. It's a game changer to practice witnessing and observing this identity that the ego says, oh, this is me. I, my, me. Practice observing that entity that wants to claim this is who you are. When Rebecca was talking to the manager, she went it was instant. It was a reflex. It wasn't a response. It was a reaction. And the frustration brought with it a little bit of water in the eyes. I wasn't crying, why can't I get a cord if it's my MacBook? It wasn't like that, but it was close. No, it wasn't close. But water loomed in the eyes and it was a little teary and why? But what I'm saying, it happened instantly. The program took over instant. And I'm peeping that. I am that has been on notice. And that's not a usual program that just takes over. I mean, I can count on less than 5 fingers last year when that took over. But I'm doing some research here and going back into frustration. Not something is it should have been done the right way. You know the stories. I'm just going back over the stories that the ego comes in that brings me. It should have been done the right way. Why is it this shouldn't have never happened? You know, all of those stories that are consuming, and not only consuming, justify, and they make sense. Oh, I'm so glad I looked down. And I am going to do this. And that they make sense.
Hi. Hello.
Oops, hold on just a second. Hold on. Okay, that's taken care of. What was I going to say? Oh, it's just being really mindful of those behaviors. And I'm going to speak for myself that just take over, like road rage. You know, when we just consumed, possessed. And I'm not going to come up with a solution, but just a witnessing and observing. Witnessing and observing that happens. And so I want to challenge you, my dear audience, to do the same or to practice, not do the same, but practice paying attention to, are you responding or are you reacting? Because reacting, okay, hold on. Okay, let's see if this works now. And welcome and thank you for joining the show. Is it Phoebe?
It's Phoebe. Yeah.
Hi, Phoebe. Welcome to Reality Spirituality. Would you like to share a challenge that you're having or a comment or what's up?
I don't really have any challenges at the moment.
No challenges? How could, what? What do you mean no challenges? That's not true. How the hell can you, everyone has challenges, don't they?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Well, just not too many at the moment, so there's not.
Okay, well, this is sharing a challenge, and you know the interesting thing, Phoebe, is when I share challenge or you share challenges, we are more alike than we are different, and I do believe that everyone learns and grows and expands when people share.
Yeah. Right. How about you share me a challenge? You share me a challenge.
Okay, I've already done that, and thank you.
Oh.
Okay, so let's do this, and do that. Okay, so that's strike 2. Anyway, and you know, let me just say this for everybody's listening. Everybody's listening. One of the things, I mean, there's so many shows with people talking, and I love the conversation. I love talking. However, I'm a what's the problem, what's the solution kind of girl. So, what's the problem? What's the solution? Just to sit and chat let's talk and talk. And I get it. A community builder, all of that. I get it. But I'm not just here to talk, well, I am talking, but what's the problem? What's the solution? What's the challenge? It is what is a solution to the challenge? And that's just what I do, what I share. So you're not going to get me. You're not going to find me on Clubhouse just yakety yakking. I used to, and regardless, there's always something to learn, and that's really what when I say share a challenge, and so there's no challenges. Then next conversation. Anyway, let's go back to my challenge. So it again, Rebecca went into this instant frustrated, just and Rebecca, I have to say, as a child growing up, she was one of these spoiled pouters. Yeah, a lot of pouting. She just, my way. I'm just being honest. And is there an inkling more of that still around? Apparently, yes. But there is no criticism. There is no, well, I wish I could change that. The awareness is the work. The awareness is the work. Again, if you're listening on Noom Vibe, I am live on my YouTube channel, but not for long. But yeah, always live. Oh, and also every Saturday, I am live with my son. It's called What Happens When a Mother and Son Make Sense Out of Nonsense. Plus, okay. Did I mute the mic on accident? Anyway, here I am. Okay. Hopefully everyone can hear me. Back to some moments are easier than others. When I say easier, I'm going to say flowier. Some moments seem to flow. And what bothers or irritates or annoys Rebecca one day, the next day it can be something different. Another one of my challenges, oh gosh, here we go. Accepting the world exactly the way it is. Accepting people, accepting what's going on, especially accepting these people exactly the way they are, and remembering, knowing, and trusting that everyone is on their own journey and is experiencing what they are supposed to need to experience. That's not an easy one to practice, but it is a practice all the time to let go of noticing what someone else is doing or thinking, or how they're thinking, or they're so programmed. Well, don't they realize that they're just acting like robots? Yeah, that's an ongoing challenge, is the acceptance. And I already know that accepting others is a reflection of accepting self. Oh, here we go. This is another, I don't know about you, my dear audience, but there are constant thoughts and stories in my head. Constant. I haven't been able to shut this mind up yet. I can quiet it, but I wake up with the stories. It's just it's so busy. It reminds me of a busy city. It reminds me of New York. New York, it never sleeps. It never rests. Actually, reminds me of Vegas. Never sleeps, never rests. It just is constant stories, constant thoughts, constant. And those are not mine. I'm not identifying with those stories or thoughts. And it is a constant practice to remember. It is a constant practice to remember that I am not my thoughts, I am not my stories, I am not this identity that the ego pretends that I am, Okay, I'm here to enjoy the ongoing challenges. Thank you. Well, not enjoy the challenges. What are your challenges? So if you want to text or write in the chat, what are your challenges? I would love that. Ongoing challenges. What are your challenges? Probably dealing with someone like me. Some moments are easier than others. Yeah, and this is another one, but this is really getting easier and easier. And I mean that just having patience for the unfolding, having patience with the unfolding, having patience with all of it, self, others, the divine plan. I've shared before that in 2018, after my mother died, she gifted the house to the handyman. Do you know that lawsuit is still going on today? What is it, 2025? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Going on its 7th year of legal back and forth. 7 years. That's a long time. That has really taught me more patience. And everything evolves and everything happens when it's time. And that's unless someone else wants to join Noon Vibe with me and share their challenge or their ongoing challenge. I'm going to wrap up the show. I'm going to wrap up the show. Oh, before I wrap up the show, let me share with you. If you haven't gone on YouTube and listened to Moji, Mooji, he's got his own channel. And it is this one video. It's called Must Watch Satsang. Must Watch Satsang, spelled S-A-T-S-A-N-G. The title of the talk is, I will not start with your problem. I will start with you. I will not start with your problem. I will start with you. And and also I would start the video around 25 minutes in. Not at the beginning, unless you want to, but 25 minutes in, 26 minutes in. It is highly recommended. And one of the things that is on that video, I just want to quote a couple things from Moji. We have been wrongfully labeling opportunities as curses. You're not going to be able to be free without experiencing struggle. Struggle is God's way of helping you transcend. The greatest transcending is with you. And the struggle, here we go, the struggle can only exist if you remain a person. In other words, the struggle is when you identify, scratch that. I struggle when I identify with my ego. I struggle when I identify and only see myself as this human person. I am a living embodiment of the Supreme, and so are you, my dear listener. What else? There was one more thing that he said. Oh, this purpose on this planet, it's a game of transcending. This existence is a game of transcendence and transcending the delusion. And I'm going to leave it and drop the mic right there, unless anybody wants to say hello on Noon Vibe. Not hello, or share a challenge, not just to say hello. You share a challenge or not. You know how easy I am. Okay, well, that is the end of today's show. Thank you for listening. Reality Spirituality is heard every Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And also every Saturday at 9:15, I go live with my son. It's called Mother and Son Making Sense Out of Nonsense Plus More, 9:15 Pacific Standard Time on YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter at RL Norrington. I'm on LinkedIn. My website is RebeccaNorrington.com. And my Instagram handle is Reality Spirituality. YouTube channel, boy, oh boy, it's growing. And my first book, Reality Spirituality, The Truth About Happiness, can be purchased on Amazon. And my most latest book, and I'm also writing the third book, which is going to be a book of questions. The latest book, I'm holding it up, it's called Program for Unhappiness, Exposing the Untold Truth. It's on Amazon. And in this book, I list 56 program behaviors that subtract from happiness, and also 26 behaviors that add to your happiness. So until next week, my dear audience, I want you to remember who the hell you are. You are a physical extension of the universe. Your conscious energy having a human experience, always changing, always growing, always evolving. Love is patient and love is kind. Be patient and be kind to yourself by accepting yourself in every single moment. Acceptance of how life is unfolding. Accept it all. That's a practice. And trust that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And also remember that you're either vibrating an energy of satisfaction or dissatisfaction in any moment. So you're either vibrating an energy of satisfaction or dissatisfaction. And the world, let me give you a warning, the world sells dissatisfaction. Oh, it sells dissatisfaction. The world wants you to be dissatisfied with everything. This needs to change. And the thing with that is, say something changes. If you're still vibrating dissatisfaction, something changes and you have satisfaction for a moment. Trust me, you will go back to that set point of being dissatisfied. The satisfaction comes first. At least that's what I practice. You've been listening to Reality Spirituality Radio with yours truly, happiness specialist, inner peace practitioner, oracle, global happiness specialist. And I promise you, just remember, happiness is a practice skill. The more you practice eliminating those program behaviors, the more you practice being aware and observing this entity called the ego, the mind, this human person that you are, observing it as opposed to identifying with it, the more peace you're going to find. And your experience in every moment reflects on what you practice. Oh, and with that, I've got to log into I practice not using the word my anymore. practice using the MacBook to cue up the theme song for this show. And whoops, where is it? All the way to the beginning and action.
It's time to get real. It's a new experience. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one now. You got questions for RL? Let's try to get some answers, baby. Now we get real. Time to get down. Yeah, you gonna feel good now.
In that life, and now in the YouTubers. And nothing personal.